This is Girard Sports Live.
19-18, Trojans holding on to a 1-point lead here with 2:12 to play first quarter. Crane, three, good, there it is. That puts her over 1,000 points. What a moment.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Laird Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drugstore, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, The Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, Farmers Insurance, Leah Smith Agency, GN Bank, The Market 120, and The Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Oh! Just a crossover and go. I'm faster than you are. Goes to the baseline. I can jump higher too.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
And good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sub-State Semifinals. We've made the trip here to Caney, Kansas, the home of the Caney Valley Bullpups, the host team for this Class 3A Sub-State here in Southeast Kansas, as the Girard Lady Trojans make the trip down here to take on the Cherryvale Chargers with a chance to move on to the Sub-State Championship on Saturday on the line here tonight in the nightcap. Just a moment ago, the Columbus Titans knock off Baxter Springs 42-38. That was the rubber game for those two teams, as Columbus had won the first one by 11, but lost in overtime most recently. Of course, Lady Trojans split with Baxter Springs as well, but have swept the series against Columbus, so make of that what you will. But Columbus led throughout most of that ball game. It was tight down the stretch, but the Lady Titans will advance to a Class 3A Sub-State Championship game. The Trojan Ladies are going to take on the Cherryvale Chargers here tonight. The Chargers coming at 13-8. They are the number 4 seed. The Lady Trojans, of course, are coming in at 14-6 and 9-3 in their CNC conference, and they are the number 1 seed in this sub-state, coming off a really solid 64-25 win over Riverton on Monday to advance to the semifinal. Of course, Lady Trojans have struggled a little bit down the stretch of this season, as they have lost 3 out of their last 5 and 4 out of their last 6, but played really good the other night. The Lady Trojans are going to need a good effort here this evening if they want to beat a scrappy Cherryvale Lady Charger team. That's how Coach describes them. They can shoot from downtown. They will press a little bit, and Lady Trojans need to be dialed in here with a chance for a sub-state championship on the line. Plenty to talk about here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, as we will preview this girls game a little bit more. We'll also talk about the boys game that will be coming up tomorrow night, as the Trojan men do take on the host team, Caney Valley, in their semifinal matchup. But first, we're going to talk to the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, when we return on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And of course, Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas, with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. Up next, we'll hear from the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, when we continue on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Welcome back to Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for this Class 3A girls sub-state semifinals. The Girard Trojans head to Caney to take on the Cherryvale Chargers in this sub-state. And joining us now, the head coach for the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker. And Coach, first we go back to last Monday, a game against Riverton where you guys, handled them pretty well. You've done that all three times. You obviously playing a team for the third time, and one you've beaten pretty handily 2 times in a row. There's some nervousness there. Are you going to overlook them? But got to be pleased with how your girls came out focused and able to put them away early in that ball game.
That was a team, that when you're 0-20, it's going to go one way or the other.
Right.
Luckily, our girls came out and, really jumped on them and gave them really no hope. And so I felt like they kind of checked out maybe a little sooner than a team that wasn't 0-20 would, and that's obviously a frustrating thing probably for their coach and, for those kids too. And it's just one of those games that you hope that you don't get any bad habits and you hope you don't get anybody hurt out of.
Yeah, Kaylin Flaherty, she earned it in that ball game, led you in scoring, and just seems like she's like a senior would with as much experience as she has, coming on when you need her to come on here down the stretch and doing it on both ends, rebounding the ball and then scoring when she gets that ball down close.
Yeah, she's in senior mode, and if you get seniors and you get all of them that way, man, you're tough to beat, and she's that way, and I think we got some others that way as well, and hopefully we're hard out, but I can't say enough about her, coming back from injury last year, had an injury in the middle of the season and didn't know whether and how she'd be able to come back this year. And, it was a little bit of a slow start for her, and I think more than anything, just making sure that she trusted herself, trusted her knee, and she's definitely out of that and playing very, very well for us.
You've certainly got those seniors that are stepping up, and you just kind of know what you're going to get out of that group of girls. They're all fairly even in what they can do, and it makes it tough to scout and game plan for them. But then you've got your youngsters as well. Obviously, Jada is the engine that kind of keeps you going, and I wouldn't consider her a youngster anymore. She's got as much playing time as anybody on that floor. But then, girls like Brooklyn Talley, and I thought Serena Short had a really good ball game the last 2 times out against Baxter and her, and it just seems there was a play she had in that game where she caught a fast break, but they were closing on her. She stopped, let it clear, and shot the ball. And as a freshman, you just don't see that mindset happen. It seems like the game's slowing down for her a little bit.
A lot of coaches bring him along slow. It's always my philosophy. If I evaluate that I think they're going to be a varsity player for us that year, that I throw them into the fire right out of the gates. And I do think that for me, that's worked well. Early on, it's a little rough. Early on, I'm sure there's people in the stands like, man, I can't, what's going on here? What's he seeing? But,
right.
I think last night, anybody and everybody that could see saw that she belonged, and
right.
and she's able to make those plays because, we believed in her at the beginning of the season.
All right, well, on to the task at hand here. The Cherryvale Chargers, a team that you somehow slid past, didn't end up seeing in the Wilson County Classic, but saw them play, I'm sure, and have prepped for this ball game. What do they do, and what do you expect here tonight?
Well, they're a team that for most of the season was sitting at that number 2 slot. They just barely got edged out by Columbus and Baxter and dropped clear down to the 4 seed. But, there's lots of nights where they play like a 2 seed. And so, it's kind of a tough draw. They're a very, very, very scrappy team. We didn't get to see them at the Wilson County. They played Iola and Carlson. And, she stole that game from them late, which she's done to a lot of good teams. And so, we're going to have to bring our best. They're hard to really scout too much. They've got a number 23 inside, so they're dominant post. She leads them in scoring most nights, but then they got a series of guards outside that are super aggressive getting to the rim, and then if you collapse on them, they're going to kick out, and they got 4 or 5 capable 3-point shooters. So a pretty tough matchup, a team that kind of goes with a hot hand on any given night. So, I think a lot of people would probably describe us that way. So
right.
Maybe looking at in the mirror, and it comes down to, who is going to scrap and fight and scrape for those loose balls, those 50-50 balls, and get to them.
It's the one and done time of the season, and it's always exciting in the sub-state. We appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight against the Chargers.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Brad Herlocker, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll step away, take a quick break, still to come. Keys game, starting lineup, opening tip-off from Caney. The Trojans are going to take on the Chargers tonight in this sub-state semifinal on Girard Sports Live.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is a first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
It may be cold outside, but you can stay warm and cozy inside with help from D-Roll Commodity. Replace your flooring today with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. We have a great selection of furniture, including mattresses and sofa sets. And if you need a recliner, this is the place to be. Now is a great time to shop at D-Roll Commodity Flooring and Furniture, with stores in Brazelton and Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Gotcha.
Looking there at our opponents for tonight, the Cherryvale Chargers, as the Girard Lady Trojans get ready to take on the Chargers here in this Class 3A sub-state matchup. B.J. Harris along with Dale Shireman, as we have been all season long, looking at, I think, broadcast number 33 of the season here on Girard Sports Live, as the Lady Trojans try to advance to a Class 3A sub-state championship game with a win over Cherryvale. If they do, they'll be taking on Columbus. Again, Columbus, the victors earlier, as they knock off the number 2 seeded Baxter Springs Lady Lions in the first game of tonight, as they win that one 42-38. Let's take a look at our shot of the game, brought to you by Kim Kravitz Photo here. Kim Kravitz Photo is a boutique photography studio specializing in high school and senior photos. Let Kim capture your memories. Give Kim Kravitz Photo a call at 620-704-7474 or go online at kimkravitzphoto.com and a look at the energy. This was from that Baxter Springs game the other night. This is when the Trojans, I think, made that little run in the third quarter. Ended up coming up a little bit short, but just the emotion and the intensity on the faces of those girls as they're coming off the court. I like that shot a lot. And you'll find, Dale, a lot of times I like to go to not the basketball shot, but the stuff off to the side, because I watch the basketball games. I don't get to see the other stuff. And so that's a good shot there from Kim, as always, here on our shot of the game.
It's where all the action is, BJ.
Sometimes that is the fact. Area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're the need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timekin bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. And on the girls' side of things, we didn't have time to update it, but if you look at that, you can see Columbus advancing to that championship game on Saturday against the winner of this ball game. That'll be a 6 p.m. tip-off on Saturday. And so right now, that's the matchup. Tomorrow, we'll be back down here for the semifinals of that boys game. Boys bracket, Baxter Springs going to take on Galena, and the Trojans going to take on the host team, Caney Valley. Other games going on. There's a ton of action in Southeast Kansas. Pittsburgh hosting a sub-state in Class 5A. If you can't make it over here tomorrow, they'll be having more of that going on tomorrow. But Pittsburgh is hosting that sub-state. And everybody else in action, I believe, as well tonight. Either a boys and girls matchup in sub-state. That's your look at your area matchups, brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard. Keys to the game brought to you by the Bender on 7. The key to satisfying your appetite is the stop of the Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become a Girard favorite with great daily specials like tonight's chili dog or spaghetti red. Head to the Bender or dine in and or carry out. Give them a call at 620-724-4860. Obviously, Dale, we don't know a lot about Cherryvale, but from your opinion, from what the Trojans have done here of late, thoughts on this one?
Well, I think we have to overcome a little bit of the injury bug there, and we have to get our bench back into it. Every time we've done well and we've won some games, the bench points have been big. So I think we got to take care of the ball, and the bench needs to come through for us.
Yeah, I did not mention in this early, but Kinsey Smith out with an ankle injury, injured that in practice yesterday, and unfortunately not going to be available for them tonight and may not be available the rest of the season. A senior, she brings energy, she brings a ton of intensity on defense, and the Trojans without her are not as good. And so who steps up to fill that? We will find out here as the Lady Trojans try to deal with yet another injury here in their front line on the season. And they have overcome a ton already. We'll see if they can do it again here tonight against Cherryvale. We're going to step away, take another quick break. We come back, we'll have your starting lineups. Opening tip-off forthcoming here in this semifinal game. The Girard Lady Trojans, the Cherryvale Lady Chargers, here in this sub-state game on Girard Sports Line.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center's bariatric program has made extraordinary changes to many people's lives.
I am no longer living the life on the sideline watching everybody else enjoy those things I want to do. I am doing those things now. I am doing things that I only dreamed of doing for the longest time. I'm truly living the life I've always wanted.
Call to learn more. Girard Medical Center, caring for our community one patient at a time.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it. In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Whoa. Back out here to Caney High School, side of this Class 3A Sub-State semifinal. Girard Trojans and the Caney Valley, or the Cherryvale Chargers. BJ Harris, Dale Sherwin with you. Starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans hope to start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carlos Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Evie Vietti will have you looking your very best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. We'll run through that real quick once we get underway. Opening tip-off is always brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or sign up for classes. Larrett Ceramics, 620-724-8442. And we're underway here in this one. Chargers a quick fire of a three right off the bat. Loose ball on the floor. Still loose. Jump ball in favor of the Lady Trojans. Boy, they don't waste any time there, do they?
Not at all.
Get the opening tip, take it down, and jack it up. So the Trojans will get the ball for their first possession of the night. As they move from right to left as you watch it here on Girard Sports Live. Trying to go inside, it's deflected and stolen away by the Chargers. And they'll move from left to right. Top of the key, holding it is Alexa Umbarger. Move it quickly to the right corner. This is Vining. Dump off inside, looking to drive Mariah Monroy. It's blocked by the Lady Trojans. Shot up no good. Blocked there by Kaylin Flaherty. Leads his team in block shots. Leads them in rebounds right now on the roster. And it's going to be a foul on Cherryvale. It'll send Jada Valley to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one's up. Caught the front iron, no good. Foul was called on Alexis Umbarger. Starting lineups, it'll be Umbarger, 5'5 junior. Isabella McGee, a 5'5 junior. Cassie Vining, a 5'7 senior. Number 23, Mariah Monroy, a 5'11 sophomore. Number 32, Harley McRoberts, a 5'7 sophomore. So a young group here. Will that be a factor in this as the Trojans take the early 1-0 lead? Trojans put a little pressure on and see how they handle that as well. Looking to drive is Monroy. She'll pull it back now. Here's McRoberts. They've got a little bit of size on the bench they might pull off. At some point, this is a smaller lineup than we saw warming up. Rebound, though, by Monroy. She gets a couple of cracks at it. Shot no good. Pulled out of there by Drake Worrell. Trojans get another run at it. Directing traffic is Jada Valley. Ferguson gets a little too deep, but she clears her own space, gets the bucket and the foul. A nice take by JoJo Ferguson. She gets the bucket. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot the and one. It's a good look. You see Jada directing traffic out there on the top as she told her where to go and put it right where she was. Free throw on the and one, no good. There's a long 2, up and good on the take there by Mariah Monroy. She'll get the Chargers on the board. 3-2, 6:17 to go here in this opening quarter. Dump off inside for Flaherty. She'll kick. Sands thought about it, didn't take it. Now here's Valley on the left wing. Back out high. Screen for Sands, and then double screen here. Clearing some room for Valley. Shot no good. Jada actually has, that should be a walk almost. She got away with it before she brought down that other foot. Pressure going to be brought up the floor by Umbarger. And it's stolen away by Jada. The pickpocket. Step through. Whip with the layup. Oh, they're going to say she walked. Might have had a little stutter in there before she took off with the continuation. Trojans will press here. They'll get it in for Vining. Stolen away. Whirl up and no good. Knocked out of there. And last touch, they're going to say out of bounds off the Lady Trojans. So they'll press again. Brought a whole new crew in here. I was wondering how they would do that. They entirely new crew than officiated that Columbus game. Inbound in backcourt for McRoberts, and she walked with it. Cherryvale having a hard time with the pressure. Head coach of the Chargers is Kelsey Overacker. Lady Trojans started in this ballgame. JoJo Ferguson, Jada Valley, Drake Worrell, Gabby Sands, and Kaylin Flaherty. They remain in the ballgame here with 5:35 to go in the first quarter. See how coach handles the rotation. Again, no Kenzie Smith tonight. Sprained an ankle in practice yesterday, and she'll be out for the sub-state at the very least. Here's Flaherty at the elbow. She'll face, pull the trigger, up and good. Sometimes she just makes that look so simple. 5-2, Trojans up, 5:20 to go first quarter. And a walk, another travel, another turnover. I just don't know if the conference that the Chargers play in, they see this kind of pressure. Trojans certainly have seen it, and they've delivered it a lot of times over the years. Jada with it, out high. Here's Flaherty, top of the key. She'll go Whirl. Long 2 on the way. Good. Drake Whirl on the take. That mid-range jumper. Trojans need somebody who can knock that down. Drake will take a few. And a foul going to be called on the Lady Trojans. Coach Overacker was down here working for it a little bit. Foul's going to be called on Jada Valley. You and I were talking on the way down here. The importance of Jada Valley and her ability, if she can, stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen. She needs to be a little ball smart here tonight.
7-2, though. Lady Trojans lead by 5. Off left side. Chargers, neither team yet to substitute. Actually, Bartley Baylor just came into the ballgame. Brooklyn Talley did, so up until just now, along with Serena Short, all 3 Trojans came in, but Chargers yet to substitute anybody. Foul's going to be called against the Lady Trojans. And it'll be called against Brooklyn Talley. She'll pick up her first personal foul, and that's going to send. That'll send Isabella McGee, the 5'5" junior, to the free throw line to shoot. 2. She knocks down the first one. Second one, high arcing shot. Okay, you keep that whole thing in frame the whole time?
I think it went out of frame for a little while.
It gets up there. Under 5 to play here, first quarter. Trojans lead by 3. Led by as many as 5. Scoop off. Nope, didn't. Here's free throw shot. Bailey on the way. Good. Brittany Bailey pulls the trigger. Trojans have hit some shots that we don't always see them hit from the free throw line. That mid-range jumper there by Worrell a moment ago. Trojans back in front by 5. Here 4:30 to go here in this first quarter. To the free throw line. Looking to drive is Monroy, and she walked with it. I don't know, probably 6 turnovers already here by Cherryvale in the first quarter of this one. And I mentioned the youth, just 1 senior on the starting lineup, just 3 on the roster, and there the Trojans started a bunch of them. Here's Bailey, she'll face, drive, kick, free throw line. Valley steps through with the right hand, no good. Got a good look at it, and it's going to be a foul probably on Talley, and it'll be her second if it is. Brooklyn's basically reaching over the top of the offensive player that got Jada for it.
Ooh.
So now this is what we talked about. She's going to have to play really, really smart. Not even midway through the first quarter with 2 fouls already. And it's just tough for her because she plays so aggressively and she's so good at it. But we're asking somebody to do something that doesn't feel natural. Camden Foreman into the ball game, the first sub for Cherryvale. Looking to drive, step back 3 on the way by Umbarger, up and good. The old step back 3, and it's a difference maker. Coach talked about their ability to shoot the 3, and they just trimmed it to 2. Other end of the floor, though, up and good by Brooklyn Talley.
I think that was short.
Excuse me, short on that one. And now Cherryvale back with it. McGee holding, out high. Trojans in a man. Foreman off left side. Vining to the free throw line. Wide open look at it from Monroy. No good. Ball knocked around, gathered up by Serena Short. She'll run with it. Serena, bounce pass. Bailey, what a good look. Couldn't finish. And now here come the Chargers. Lost it out of bounds. Into the ball game is going to come Michaela Osmus and sit Jada down here with 2:53 to go in this first quarter. The official was out of bounds whenever that ball hit him, and so he called it out of bounds. Here's Osmus with it, top of the key. High post for Bailey. She looks, hands it off the back. Back to Bailey. She'll face, steps through, and just a walk going to be called on her. Well, she got tangled up. And I think it's a jump ball. If you call anything there, it's a jump ball, I'd say. But say she walked with it. Trojans back in that pressure, Vining with it. She gets trapped, didn't make a decision fast enough in the backcourt. They will get it up across to Umbarger. And just knocked down a 3. Back off right side for Monroy. She'll scoop up with the left hand, no good. Rebound by Talley. Brooklyn trying to clear some space. Out to Osmus, and Osmus will break it up here with 2:22 to go in this opening quarter. Loose ball, stolen away. Here comes Umbarger up the floor. Talley trying to keep her from shooting one. She gets it up and good. Alexis Umbarger has 5 for them. Back to a 2-point game. 11-9 here. 2:02 to go first quarter. Here's Bailey, top of the key. Thought about it, didn't take it. Here's Short. She'll dump off inside for Talley. Knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Trojans. Trojans inbound underneath their own basket. Osmus to the elbow for Bailey. She'll go left, dump off, high-low, back out. Flurry's got to take that. Here's Sands, though, for 3 on the way, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by McGee for the Chargers. They lead the charge. Shot up no good. Rebound by Bailey. They miss some open looks. Good look out for Bailey. Here's Osmus off the left side. Pressure coming her way. Can't get it. Trojans have missed some opportunities as well at the rim. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Overacker. We'll take it along with her. Minute 30 to play in the first quarter. Lady Trojans have led for the duration. It's a 2-point game. We're back in 30. You're watching Trojan basketball.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Chargers with the basketball as we come out of the timeout. Monroy off for Allison Poole. Just checked in the ball game. Loose ball gathered up, tracked down by McGee. Kick out. Here's a Poole. She'll pull the trigger on one up and good. And it's tie ball game for the first time tonight. 1:15 to play. The Chargers have been able to match the Trojans every step of the way so far. Trojans have missed some opportunities, so have the Chargers. Early going to this one, they've also had both teams that played like that. Loose ball going to be gathered up, just a fortuitous bounce there. Monroy will have it on the right wing. Give away off left side for Foreman. McGee over left side for Poole. Directing traffic. Chargers look to seem to have a pretty deep bench as well. Here's a three on the way, no good. On the take by Foreman, but a rebound and a foul to be called on the putback by Monroy. Monroy, a 5'11 sophomore. And she'll go to the free throw line with 44.9 seconds to play. A chance to give the Chargers their first lead of the ball game. Can't do it on the first attempt. Here comes the second one from Monroe. Missed them both. Missed a chance to take the lead. It'll remain tied here with 42 seconds to play in this first quarter. Osmus with some extended first quarter playing time. Well, they're letting them get after it a little bit, aren't they? It'll be a jump ball. It'll be in favor of the Chargers. Well, you got to recognize that and act accordingly. Poole to inbound here for the Chargers. Trojans deny that screen. Good job by Gabby Sands. Out to JoJo Ferguson. They try to cut her off. Getting that reaching in and reaching across the body and getting away from it is frustrating. Trojans got good ball on-ball defense. Good on-ball defense anyways, but then they were letting them get away with stuff like that, and Poole gets called for it. Team foul number 3 on the Chargers. Sands to inbound for Girard. Needs help. Throw it in for Ferguson. 18 seconds to play here first quarter. All tied up at 11. Here's Flaherty. High post. Way outside. She'll put it on the deck. Drive. Scoop with the right hand. No good. And pulled out of there by Monroy. She'll throw it out. Cherry picking was McGee. She'll go up. Get out of Dodge. Bats that one. Which direction is that, Dale?
I'm guessing
west?
east.
East?
No, it's west.
Headed toward Arc City. Inbound left side for McGee. She'll drive baseline. Shot up, no good. Trojans will hold on to that tie ball game. Chargers had a chance at it. We've got a dandy so far here in this one. It's all knotted up at 11 after 1. We're back in 1. You're watching Trojan basketball. Your local Farmers Insurance agent in Girard is Leah Smith. Leah is excited to bring more than 10 years industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri back to her hometown. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options, whether it's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. Give Leah Smith a call today at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you. Well, we did make a lot of progress. Still tied up like we started this game at 0-0, only 11 points into it now. As we start the second quarter, here are the Trojans with the basketball moving from right to left. Here in this Class 3A sub-state semifinal. Valley with it on the right wing, off right side for Sands, and she'll move it back outside and reset here. Olivia Cullen into the ball game for her first action of the night. The freshman. Drive Flaherty, scoop up, she is fouled. Tough call really against Monroy as she caught the ball on the way in, but they're going to get her for it. And that's going to send Flaherty to the free throw line to shoot too. They are pressuring her so far out high that I think she has an opportunity to take it to the rim like that every time. Kaylin will step to the free throw line and break this tie. She's got 3 points in the ball game. Lady Trojans have led by as many as 5 here in the first quarter. Right now holding on to a 1-point lead. Make it 2 for the senior. Coach and I talked about her in the pregame about how she is just, it's kind of that constant for the Trojans. She has played well here down the stretch, had 12 the other night. Lady Trojans had all 12 players on the bench scoring that ball game. Pulled out by Umbarger. She's already got a 3 here, looking to drive now as Foreman. Trojans in that zone defense, backed it in a little bit in the 2-3 zone. Here's a 3 on the way, off the glass and good. And after hours bank, Cassie Vining knocking it down, and they've got their first lead of the ball game, does Cherryvale. Here, just under 7 minutes to play in this first half. They've knocked down a couple of 3s already here in this ball game. That's been the difference, allowing them to keep pace here. From the elbow, Flaherty blocked. Yeah, Monroy's 5'11". She's got some size on her and able to get out there and extend it, knock that one out of the air. Off right side for McRoberts, who's back into the ball game. Now here's holding his Umbarger. Here's McRoberts off left wing for Foreman. To the left side for Vining. Push off to the right wing. Foreman with it, guarded by Sands, and they threw it away. Umbarger put it where she was and not where she was going to be, and it goes out of bounds. Out of the game comes Vining. Into the ball game for them is going to be McGee back in for the Lady Chargers. 6:13 to go. Trojans down by 1. Sands to Flaherty. They come out and get on her again with Monroy. She'll put it on the deck again. I think you drive at her, get her in foul trouble. Clear some space for Kaylin Flaherty. Just do that again. Make her back off of you a little bit if you're Flaherty. She was able to clear a little bit of room as well. Trojans back in front. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Flaherty. Jada Valley back to the ball game. She picked up 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the ball game, and that is a dangerous proposition. You look at the losses the Trojans have, and that's been one of the constants whenever that has happened. Flaherty makes a little bit of a good screen, get her some space. Knocked it out of bounds by the Chargers. It'll stay. In comes Short, in comes Bailey, in comes Talley. Out goes Colin, Flaherty, and Ferguson for the Lady Trojans. 5:25 to go in this opening half. 15-14 Trojans up. Bailey at the elbow. Kick out. Here's Valley. She'll drive. Tons of contact. puts it up, shot up, tons of contact, no call. Tough break. Base far sideline, up the floor, Umbarger on the left wing. Tally on her, comes out to guard that in this zone. Back outside for Foreman, and she'll set it. McGee, Foreman, off left side. They jump that pass. It'll run her high off the glass, no good. Punched out and out of bounds off the short. It'll stay with the Lady Chargers here. Back into the ball game comes Poole for Cherryvale. Out of the ball game goes McRoberts. Under 5 to play here in the second quarter. Inbound, swing it, open look, Poole, plenty of time, all the time in the world. Shot no good, but rebound pulled out of there by Monroy. She has been the difference maker so far for the Chargers. Trojans had an open look at it, did not get it. That was a 50-50 ball loss there. Off to the corner for Umbarger. She's already got one. Here comes the second one, no good. Another 50-50 rebound. Trojans are going to get it. Tally will get it, knocked it out of bounds by Poole. It'll stay with the Lady Trojans. Here with 4:35 to go in the first half. Valley with it across the timeline. Tally on a post up. They go to her. She's doubled. Kicks. Ooh, a little too much mustard on it. That was a good look. That was going to be a great look by Brooklyn Tally. But Britley put a little bit too much on that pass. And going to go back to the Chargers. Chargers will press here with 4:22 to play. By one. That was tipped and should have been stolen. Does anybody want that ball? To be determined. Brooklyn's going to get called for a foul over the top of her, going to get that loose ball. That was nearly possessed by everybody on the floor. Tally will pick up her first personal. Her second, rather. Team foul number 5 on the Lady Trojans. Poole to inbound. Get it into Monroy. Get back to Poole. She'll step, free throw line. Shot on the way, no good. And it is up and good. Who got that one?
Number 4, I believe.
So McGee, yep, knocks it down. She's got 4 points. Chargers back in front. There's a shot up, no good by Bailey. Loose ball, last touch by the Chargers. It'll stay with the Trojans. I'll get another crack at it here with 3:48 to play. So we're going to short to inbound for the Trojans. Tally, get it. She'll go up, push it through. Cannot buy a foul in the paint. They are flat letting them just beat it out down there. And they finally do call one. It's on her second attempt. It's going to be called on Vining, her first. Team foul number 5. And it'll send Brooklyn Tally to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Tally, a 33% free throw shooter, missed the first one. Here's a second. Missed them both right. Consistent. My golf game, I just turned that direction, try to get it fixed, and a walk going to be called on the take by Foreman. .332 to play in this quarter. Jada stepped through, shot up good, and a foul. Just haven't been able to see her get going like that. She had a one that was called as a travel earlier. And they will call the foul on Monroy, her second. So that's big for them. And Valley at the free throw line to try to make it back to a 2-point contest here with 3:24 to go in the first half. Knocks it down. On the end one for Jada Valley. Trojans able to put the pressure on here. They'll get it up to Umbarger. She'll throw it up all the way up the front court. Lay up with the right hand. Good. On the take by Morgan Catlin, freshman. just checking into the ball game and goes right to work. Tally, kick, Osmonds pulled the trigger. Off the glass, no good. Didn't make it there. There's going to be a foul on Brooklyn Tally, I think, trying to get in there, and it's her third. And this is a close one. This is a matchup ball game where both teams seem to match up pretty well at different positions. And it's going to be a dogfight. They'll get it in. Up the floor they go. Forming a hold here. Out high. It's sophomores, freshmen all over the floor on this Charger team. Kick, left side, Vining. She'll pull the trigger on a three on the way. No good, skipped off. But pulled down. Another rebound. Trojans have missed one. McGee's take no good. Rebound that time by Catlin, and then a shot up no good, but she is fouled. Foul's going to be called on Gabby Sands, I believe. No, 13 rather. Drake Worrell. Her first, team foul number 7. So Catlin at the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. No good. It's not been the best free throw shooting team for either team. I'm going to say it goes back to Lady Trojans. And the Chargers will pull off the pressure. We've not seen a ton of pressure from Cherryvale so far, but I think they know the Trojans like to run a little bit. Certainly when Jada's in the ball game. Osmonds running the point now. Sands trying to move through a screen. Shot up. JoJo Ferguson, no good. Loose ball picked up by Gabby from the free throw line. It rattles in. A catch and fire, too, from Gabby Sands to get her first bucket of the ball game. Breaks this tie once again. And a foul going to be called on Ferguson. JoJo leads his team in fouls. But boy, she gets after it. 1-and-1 situation. And it's going to send Vining to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. They have missed some free throws and missed them by a mile. Rebound by Catlin. Her put back's no good. Rebound by Worrell. She'll get it back. Outside for Osmus. She'll bring it up the floor. Nearly lost it. Flaherty. Now Worrell. 3 on the way. Up in front court. Ooh. Yeah. That's always a guess.
Well, the ball has to go across.
Right, and
the ball didn't go across.
I can tell you right now, if I was the other team, we'd be losing our minds right now because it's just tough for them to make that call because they're at the volleyball line trying to make that call. Off right side for Sands. Minute 38 to play in what's been a pretty fluid first half here in Caney. Tipped around, loose ball. Flaherty still loose. Throw it up, and here come the Chargers Foreman into front court. She stopped, walked, kick, Umbarger, wide open 3 again. That one's no good. And rebound cleared out by Drake Worrell. She's done a good job on the boards. Trojans running now. They've got numbers. They don't need them. Jada with the left hand. Good, and the foul. Her second and one this quarter. She made the first one count. See if she can do it again. To a 4-point lead right now. Chance to push it back out to matching the largest lead of this ball game. Coach Overaker pleading her case. Jada at the free throw line to shoot 2. Shoot 1, brother. Up. No good. Rebound, no. Flaherty going in there. Somebody went over her back. It's got to be the call. Both players are going to be a little bit slow to get up. They flat let them get after it, and they're going to call it on.
Oh, they can't call it on Flaherty.
She was in position.
Yep.
So they're going to call it against the Chargers. And it's Vining second. And so it'll be on the rebound, so it'll be 1-and-1. So Kaylin going to go to the free throw line to shoot those. 2 for 2 on the night so far here in this ball game. Just confident shot there And it's a 5-point contest. Again, matching the largest lead. Chance to make it the largest lead of the ball game here with 1:11 to play in the first half. Bounced around, no good. It'll stay right there. Catlin to bring it up the floor for the Chargers. Off left wing for Poole. Trying to go in. We have not really seen them run much of an offense. Just kick and drive mostly. This is about one of the longer possessions they've had. Trying to work it down inside for Catlin's posting up on Flaherty. The freshman versus senior down to the paint. Poole. Kick on right wing for Vining. Vining. Skip it off left side from McGee. She'll wrap it around down inside for Catlin. Blocked by Flaherty. But they're going to call a foul on Kaylin. She leads this team in blocked shots with 9. That was 10, but it's called for the foul. It's her second. And it's going to send Catlin back to the free throw line to shoot. She missed her first opportunity just a moment ago. Here's the second one. Up. This one's better. 23-19. 33.5 seconds to play here in this first half. GN Bank halftime show coming your way in just a moment. We'll talk about this first half. We'll talk about that boys game coming up tomorrow night. Second one up. No good. Missed that one, but rebound pulled out of there by Foreman. She'll kick. Open look again. Poole. She takes a while to pull the trigger, but she's effective when she does. She knocks that one down, and just like that, it's back to a 1-point game. .16 seconds. Trojans can work for the final shot. Bailey will face. Kick. Ferguson. 10 seconds. Sands for 3 on the way. No good. Rebound to be determined. Still loose. Don't get that foul if you're JoJo. And there's the foul on Sands. Got to recognize the situation. 2 seconds. They're not going to get a great look at one. Instead, you send her to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. They get a great look at one. And that's going to send Catlin to the free throw line. So she's came in. She's given them a spark, the freshman. Is actually shooting 2. And she is 1 out of 3 on the night from the charity stripe, all here in her time in the second quarter. But she'll go to the free throw line with a chance to tie it and maybe even take the lead. And she won't. It'll stay. We were tied at 11 after 1 quarter. And here comes the second one. No good. Rebound. Bailey. And that's the end of the first half. Well, the Trojans have made a little bit of progress. They lead by 1 after a half of basketball. Again, a chance to move on to the Sub-State Championship coming up on Saturday to face the team that advanced earlier tonight, Columbus, 42-38 as they knocked off Baxter Springs. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about this first half. We'll talk about that boys game, all that and more. Still to come here on the GN Bank Halftime Show. Formerly Girard National Bank, new name, but still providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs. Turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. GN Bank Halftime Show coming your way next on Girard.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Find us fast in names and numbers. Empty floor right now here as we are at halftime of this with the Girard Lady Trojans leading by that score you see there, 23-22 over the Cherryvale Chargers. This has been a dandy of a ball game so far. As certainly both teams leaving it all on the line, as there is a lot on the line here tonight as the Trojan ladies try to advance to a sub-state championship game. And if you get to this point in the season and you've advanced past the first round, and then if you can get into the second round and have a chance to win one, all of a sudden that hope, that thought, that maybe we can make it to the state tournament all starts to become a little bit more real. And the energy gets higher, and that's why we do all the games we do, so we can do some of these games right here, the fun games down the stretch of this season. Eye on the Game brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, Kennar Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kennar Eye Care is the clear choice. Make your appointment by calling 620-235-1737. Trojans have led early, 1-0, led 3-0. They led by as many as 5 twice in the first quarter, but the Chargers made a late first quarter push, and they've been able to knock down some threes in this ball game that's allowed them to keep pace. That's how they kind of climbed back into it. It tied it up at 11 after 1 quarter of play. Trojans would relinquish the lead for the first time at the 7-minute mark of the first half. At the 7-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-13. Trojans would lead 15-14. Chargers would lead 16-15. Trojans would lead 17-16. They get the lead back with 3:24 to go in the first half, and they have not relinquished it since that point. But the game has been tied so far in this one. Has been tied 1, 2. I thought it was more times than that. two times. I thought it was more than that. So it's been tied twice. There's also been 1, 2, 3, 4 lead changes in this first half, and right now the Lady Trojans do have a 23-22 lead. Halftime numbers, first up for the Chargers, 5 points for Alexis Umbarger, including a 3-point bucket, 5 for Isabel McGee. Actually, just 4 for her. 4 for Isabel McGee. 5 points for Allison Poole, 2 points for Cassie Vining, 3 for Morgan Catlin, and 2 points for Mariah Monroy for the Lady Chargers. For the Lady Trojans, leading the way right now, 7 points. Kaylin Flaherty, 3 of 4 from the free throw line as well. Free throw shooting has not been very good for either team. 6 points from Jada Valley, and then 2 points from JoJo Ferguson, 2 from Serena Short, 2 from Drake Worrell, and 2 from Gabby Sands for the Lady Trojans, as they do lead it by 1 here at the break. 23-22 your halftime score. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and talk about that boys game tomorrow. All that and more still to come here on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports.
Thanks to your support, Kennar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
Lady Trojans sauntering back onto the floor here from halftime as they right now have the lead 23-22 over the Cherryvale Chargers. Come back tomorrow night. We'll do it again. How about that, buddy?
Road trip.
It wasn't that bad, actually. We had good conversation going on.
Well, you're riding with me.
We haven't found the end of the things, the stories we can tell. And
from a mile apart.
30% of them true. Trojans going to be the number 2 seed in this tournament. We'll definitely get here early tomorrow so we can watch that first game between Baxter and Galena. But the Trojan men, 17-3 on the season, number 2 seed. They're the number 5 ranked team in Class 3A at the final rankings, coming off a 57-23 win over Riverton. Baxter, they beat Baxter in overtime in the final regular season game of the year to win the CNC championship outright. That was just a phenomenal ball game. I think everybody believes all roads lead to that, but Columbus tonight already determining that that's not the case. Columbus Titans on the ladies' side won 42-38 over Baxter Springs and knocked them out of this one. Trojans will be taking on the Caney Valley Bullpups, 15-5. They're number 3 seed in this tournament, and they are nothing to sneeze about. They're not real big. Trojans should have a pretty good size advantage, but Coach said they remind them of Anderson County, a team that can shoot the 3. They had 10, he thought, the other night in their win to advance to this semifinal game. And the Trojans, when they beat, had a tough time with Anderson County, so we'll see how they match up. We'll hear from Coach Westcott before tomorrow's game. 23-22, your halftime score. Trojans, I'm not sure what to think about this game right here, Dale. This has been one of those that's so far is a toss-up.
I think it's whoever's going to take care of the ball. Both teams have had trouble taking care of the ball, and turnovers are killing them. So whoever can do that, I think, comes out ahead on this.
Here we go. Second half action from Caney Valley, the side of this 3A sub-state semifinal. Cherryvale will have the ball first, and she's going to get bailed out. A little runner there. I don't think there was any contact. Scowl on Drake Worrell's face. Yeah, that was somebody to notify him he's not getting paid by the foul. Drake Worrell picks up her second personal foul. And so at the free throw line is Isabel McGee. That's the story in this one, I think, is Cherryvale not very good from the free throw line. They were 3 of 8 in the first half, 3 of 9 for the ball game now. 3 of 10. That's 30%, Carter.
Hey, your math's on tonight.
Yep. So they'll remain down by 1. Trojans have the lead here in the basketball, moving from left to right. Valley with it on the left wing. She'll step, Worrell. Back outside Jada. She surveys. There's Ferguson on the left wing. Man defense here from the Chargers. Trojans don't see a ton of man. Here's Worrell in the free throw line. Shot good, man. Good look. Good movement without the basketball. Drake Worrell knocks it down. Trojans lead at 25-22. Up in front. Backside. Monroy up and good. Just her second field goal of the ball game. And the Trojans lose it. Out of bounds. Lost opportunity there by the Lady Trojans. And there's your note to taking care of the basketball. What kind of adjustments did Cherryvale make to the Trojan press at halftime? If they're not going to come out in here right off the bat, Coach will give them a false sense of security, and he'll pull that out when he needs it. Off high post for Monroy. Kick off left wing for Vining. Here's Foreman. Umbarger, who's got a 3 in that first half. She's got it left wing. She'll pull the trigger on one. It's off the mark pretty badly, but another rebound. They have beat the Trojans to the boards on loose balls and close ones, and then a foul, and that if that's Jada, that's her third. That's disappointing.
Crowd said it all right there.
I just don't know how you call that on that loose ball. They've had them. And it's going to send the Chargers to the free throw line. It'll send Foreman to the free throw line to shoot too. And a chance for them to tie the ball game, maybe take the lead here once again. Did they not? Yeah, that one's on JoJo. Who's second? And they tied the ball game up at 25 apiece here. 6:30 to go third quarter. Worrell will check out. In comes Brittany Bailey for her. And here's the second one from Foreman. Up and good. Hit them both. Chargers back in front, leading for the first time here in this second half. Valley high post for Flaherty. Help comes on her. They get a hand on her. She'll drive, push her way. They're going to call a charge. In her defense, she's trying to clear space because they're just right up on you. You have no other choice with all the contact that you're getting, and a tough break there for Kaylin Flaherty. It's her third. Boy, Trojans starting to get in a little bit of foul trouble now. Flaherty with 3, Talley with 3, and Valley with 3. Runner on the way, no good. Rebound Monroy, put up good. That's their biggest lead of the ball game, 28-25. Little runner with the right hand, no good by Ferguson. Flaherty into the paint, and she's going to be fouled by Monroy. It'll be her third. That's the call they haven't been getting. The Chargers want a traveling violation. They would have had one too if they didn't call the foul. Morgan Catlin going to check into the ball game for the Chargers. Out goes Monroe with those 3 fouls. And Gabby Sands to inbound for the Lady Trojans. Just under 6. Oh, wide open look for Brittany Bailey, up and good. (28-27). Trojans down by 1. Step across, shot up, off the glass, good. Wide open look by McGee. Trojans, nobody even near her. 30-27. That's a dangerous pass, low percentage, loose ball, jump ball. That'll be in favor of the Lady Trojans. Jada just got called for a foul for doing that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Here's Sands to inbound. Throw it in backcourt for Valley, who plays with those 3 fouls. Working against Foreman. She'll get called for the foul. They're doubling her. Pick your poison there between 4 and number 1. It's Foreman who's going to get called for it. Her first. Team foul number 2 on the Chargers. And Sands once again will inbound from underneath their own basket with 5:19 to go in the third quarter. Inbound Ferguson. They've stuck with this man here in this second half. Off to Valley. There's a screen. Jada steps through again. And they'll call a jump ball
Never mind the knee before she got there.
5:05 to go here in this third quarter. Trojans a little bit sluggish coming out of the locker room. Poole, long pass up. Trojans, I'm sure he's trying to preserve, and now with foul trouble being an issue, the pressure in the backcourt's not going to be as easy. It's certainly not going to be good. There's a moving screen. Going to be called on McGee. It'll be team foul number 3. It'll be her first. In comes Osmus, in comes Short, in comes Talley for the Lady Trojans. Out goes Flaherty, Ferguson, and Gabby Sands for Girard. 4:46 to play, approaching the midway point of this third quarter. Trojans down by 3. Jada threw it to no man's land, and it'll be a jump ball. This will be in favor of the Chargers. Trojans, I think, have gotten back-to-back jump balls, have they not?
No, went the other way last time.
Okay. So the Trojans will get it. Miscommunication there that led to that. Valley, out high, dump off at the elbow for Bailey. She's doubled. Now she'll try to split them. Thought about it. Kick back outside for Osmond. Live to play another down. Inside. Move it around. Minute 4:27 rather. Talley and a foul. And she'll shoot 2. That'll be on McGee. And it's team foul number 4. Bailey at the free throw line, knocks down the first one. And the second. A couple of good shots there by Bailey. Pulled the Trojans back to within 1. Now they'll put that pressure on. Nearly knocked out of there by Valley. Looking inbound is McGee. Trojans with that pressure again. Talley gets popped in the face. And she'll bounce right back up. Chargers have yet to get a good look at one to try to get it in. They'll move to the sideline this time. Get it into Catlin, and she walked with it. Here is McGee in the paint. Shot up, no good. Loose ball to be determined. Pulled out of there again. They've not done great on the boards. That's going to be a foul. Foreman is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Boy, they missed a big walk over here. Morgan Catlin was just coming with so much momentum. The only argument they might have is when did she get possession of the basketball, but foul's called on Osmus, her first, team foul number 5. And Foreman will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. She is 3 for 3 now here in the ball game, all here in the third quarter. Puts the Chargers back in front by 2. Here's the second one from Foreman. Now to roll in as well. In front, here's Short. Kick back outside, Valley. Jada trying to attack now. High post for Bailey. She'll face on Catlin. Kick, Osmus on the left wing. Back inside to Bailey. She'll go left side. That's where she wants to be. Shot no good though, just off the mark. Rebound by Catlin. She'll throw it over. Here comes Umbarger in transition. Long pass up off right side. Shot partially blocked by Bailey. They'll call a foul on Brittany Bailey. Since she got her with the body, Bailey will pick up her first personal foul. It's team foul number 6, and so that's going to send McGee to the free throw line. She's 0 for 2 in this third quarter. She'll get off. She was 2 for 2 before that, or 2 for 4 rather, and she knocks it down 3 out of 5. Out goes Vining for the Chargers. In comes Poole. There's the second one up and good by McGee. 34-29, a 5-point lead, the largest of the ball game. Here's Osmus trying to get it right back. Boy, that lid's on it. Talley is going to be fouled. Brooklyn Talley gets fouled off the rebound. It's on the floor. Foul's going to be called on Catlin. Her first. Osmus to inbound. It's team foul number 5. Throw it into Bailey. She'll catch. Britley, push up, left hand. Can't get it. She'll get a rebound. Her putback is good. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Herlocker. 34-31. Trojans down by 3. And a timeout taken. They call a foul? What happened? I was going to break.
They got the timeout called, but I don't know what else.
They get a foul called on somebody? Boy, I missed that. I guess we'll keep it right here. Again, don't forget to come back and join us tomorrow night when we're back here. The Trojan men will take on the Caney Valley Bullpups. That ought to be interesting. Trojans on the road to play basically they're the number 2 seed, but they're going to play in the number 3 seed's house. Caney, a good team, athletic and can move a little bit, can shoot the deep ball. Trojans have struggled at times to defend on the perimeter, and when they do, they got to bring players out, which hurts them on the boards. And so, what adjustments have they made to that? Coach felt really good about the way the practices has gone this week after that Monday game, and he got a chance to get down here and watch them win their game against Columbus. They'll get it across on the press. Trojans down by 3. They trail by 5. Neither team is led by more than 5. Off left side for Foreman. Skip pass. Wide open. Humbarger. Wide open. Look at a 3. No good. And a rebound by Short. She gets knocked off her pins. She needs help. Flaherty will get it. She's the constant. Here comes Jada. Now she's got a little bit of room. She'll step through. Shot up charge. It's her 4th. That's big. 3 minutes to go to the 3rd. We may not see her again until there's 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Team foul number 7. It's an offensive foul. They're going to call it foul against Britley Bailey. And it's a technical call. Boy, this has gotten odd.
We go from not calling a foul to calling stuff like that.
And so the 1-and-1, or the free throws rather by Foreman. She's 5 for 5 now here in this 3rd quarter. They'll get possession as well here with 3 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. Trojans down by 4, now down by 5. And again, matching the largest lead of the ball game for either team is 5 points. As sophomore Foreman, pretty good free throw shooter. They'll get the basketball as well. Trojans will be able to put some pressure on. Bailey back to the scene of the crime. They say she got a technical reaching across there. They'll get it into Foreman. Here she comes up the floor. Long pass, too much mustard on that one, out the door. Pressure work there for the Trojans. It's going to have to be a smart pressure. They can't get any more fouls. They're doing it without Jada. Now Cherryvale going to go to some press. Throw it up in front for Flaherty. Kayla will put it on the deck. Drive in, draw some contact, up and good. They let him go with that one for some reason. 36-33. And a foul going to be called on Osmus, I believe, up the floor. Maybe Bailey. Well, they do get it on Osmus. Her 2nd, team foul number 9. And Alcel Foreman back to the free throw line. 6 for 6 from the stripe so far. All here in this 3rd quarter for Foreman. And she's off the schneid. Rebound, though, by Catlin, up and good. Right over the top. On the rebound by Morgan Catlin. And a steal. Here come the Chargers. Shot up. They're going to call a charge. Gabby Sands gets the charge. The only argument you would have against that is she's too far underneath the basket, really, but They give it the benefit to the Trojans on that one. That was huge. Shot didn't go in either. Out comes Bailey. Out comes Short. Back in comes Worrell. And Ferguson for the Lady Trojans. 2:19 to play. Off right side for Sands. Drake Worrell off left side for Osmus. They were trying to get a good look for her. She'll go high post Flaherty. Good pump fake. Galen shot up, no good. Loose ball pulled out of there. Drake Worrell still loose. Still loose, and Poole comes away with it. Umbarger now with it. Long pass up in front court. They don't mess around. McRoberts. Under 2 to play. In the third quarter. Trojans down by 5. They led by 1 at halftime. Little runner. Partially blocked. Rebound, though, by Catlin. No good. Rebound by Flaherty. Kalen's trying to walk that line again. She's got 3 fouls, and so she's got to be careful clearing too much space on the rebounds. Minute 37 to play here in this third quarter. High post for Worrell. Got to be sure of the basketball. Back to him. Another missed opportunity. Just no confidence on the ball that time. Here's Foreman. She'll chuck one up. No good. Knocked around. Loose ball. This has turned into a melee. And somehow McRoberts comes out of there with it. She gets it. And a timeout taken with a minute 19 and the largest lead of the ball game. Is 7. 40-37. Trojans have dug themselves into a hole here in this third quarter. Timeout. We'll take it. We're back at 30. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports.
It may be cold outside, but you can stay warm and cozy inside with help from D-Roll Commodity. Replace your flooring today with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. We have a great selection of furniture, including mattresses and sofa sets. And if you need a recliner, this is the place to be. Now is a great time to shop at D-Roll Commodity Flooring and Furniture, with stores in Brazelton and Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
(40-33). Trojans trail by their largest deficit. It's the biggest lead of the ball game for either team. Cherryvale grabbed this lead, 6.5 to go in this third quarter. Have not relinquished it since that point. Just continue to grow it. Trojans need a bucket. Ferguson inbound. Pressure going to be applied here by the Chargers. Osmus gets to the center of the floor for Sands. And Ferguson going to break this press, get it across the timeline. Working against Poole. High post Flaherty over the back by Catlin. Yep. It'll be her second. Team foul number 7, so that's going to send Kaylin to the free throw line to shoot. 1 and 1. Flaherty's 3 for 4 from the free throw line here tonight. She's got 9 points as well to lead the Trojans. One dribble and up and good. She's not messing around. Work to do. Knocks it down. Stops that run. Missed the second one. Rebound, though, by Worrell. She'll put it right back up and in. This bucket kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine because that's what they've been doing to the Trojans. Nearly lost. It's out of bounds. Trojans get a little bit of momentum perhaps here in the final minute of this third quarter. They're going to get the ball back here down by 4 with just right at a minute. Can't be much more than a minute than 59.9. Osmus will have it. Kayla stepping through everybody. Shot no good though. Rebound pulled out of there by Foreman. She'll lead the charge. Now she'll pull it back. 4-point ball game, 44 seconds. Over to Poole. Trojans extend that pressure on this 2-3. Nearly stolen away. Osmus playing tough on-ball defense. She'll come give a little bit of help over Umbarger. And a foul going to be called on Michaela, thinking she might get away with one there. And she does not. That's her third. And it's going to be shooting 2 here for Umbarger. It's her first free throws of the night. 17 fouls called here with 31 seconds to play in the third. It's turned into a Knights of Columbus free throw shooting contest by the time this one's over with. Shot up and good. The shot by Umbarger. They've gotten better at the free throw line. They were 3 of 10 when I said it. And since that point, 9 of 11. (42-36). Trojans just need a bucket. Ferguson with it on the right wing. Jump off there. That's bad numbers there. That went right through the legs. That ball's still being knocked around. Flaherty gets it with 15 seconds out to JoJo. Ferguson, 9 seconds. She'll pull the trigger on a 3 on the way. Good! On the 3 by JoJo Ferguson. Don't foul here. They're going to get a foul. Oh, darn it. That's a bad foul after a really big shot by JoJo. Just can't help yourself. Again, recognize the situation. Know what's on the clock. They did that at the end of the first half as well. You got to understand that there's only 2.2, 1.4 seconds. If you don't foul, they're only going to shoot a half-court shot. Instead, you foul down here and you give them a look at 2 of them here for Harley McRoberts. She has not shot any free throws yet tonight. There's her first attempt. Hard off the back iron, no good. Trojans with a little bit of a flurry since they trailed by 7. Have pulled it back to within 3. A big 3-point bucket by JoJo. Trying to get that one right, and she does. Slides it in, does McRoberts. 1.4. And Ferguson will throw one up, and that's the end of the third quarter. One to maybe forget about for the Trojans, but they do make it back to a 4-point game. We got a dandy. Don't go anywhere. Final quarter coming your way.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Chargers with the basketball as we start this fourth quarter of play. Class 3A sub-state semifinal. Umbarger for 3, no good. She made her first attempt and has not made one since. There's a steal. Michaela Osmus. Jada's back into the ballgame with those 4 fouls. Jada off balance, shot up, no good. Rebound to be determined. It'll be a jump ball in favor of the Lady Trojans. He tells you what I know, Dale. I'm talking off air. When do you bring Jada Valley back into the ball game? I said with about 5 minutes to go, and she's in right now. You're telling me Brad Herlocker knows more about basketball than me?
Well,
here's Valley. He's got more wins.
Beat me to it.
Yeah, I have to do that. Self-deprecation is my jam. Lost ball, out of bounds. Last touch by Foreman. She'll go up in the stands and try to save that one, but it is too late. So the Trojans will get it back here. 7:22 to go in the ball game, down by 4. They've trailed by as many as 7. Here's Flaherty. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, turnaround, shot up. Good. Caught enough of the rim to hold on. Trojans have pulled it to within 2. 43-41, pressure. Foreman throws it, long pass up in front. Now they've got numbers, 2-on-1. Shot up, no good. Good defense. Back up by Monroy. She sat most of that third quarter with 3 fouls. She's in the ball game. Other end of the floor, Serena Short's going to be fouled by Foreman. And Serena will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Here with 6:55 to go in the ball game. Short from the free throw line, none tonight. 38%, not a lot of attempts, 3 of 8 on the season. This is the first one. That one rolls in, caught the heel and rolled over. 45-42. Up the floor goes McGee. Back outside for Foreman. Until she carried it. That's good defense. Michaela Osmus, 2 possessions in this fourth quarter, has been a factor.
She has a lot of hustle and determination to get that ball.
Probably her most extended minutes of the season as well, because she's having to kind of step in and fill a void for a couple players, but certainly for Kenzie Smith, who's out with that ankle injury. Boy, she'd be handy, wouldn't she? Man. Dump off inside. It's got to have some more mustard on it than that to get in there. Again, they're front and back on Flaherty, are the Chargers. And then a little help even on top of that. So at any given time, there's 3 girls guarding 32. Trojans need to recognize that and take care of the basketball. Monroy, shot up, no good. Comes crashing in right through the body of Flaherty. No call, but Vining does get it. And she gets it. Osmus shot up, no good. Vining with the rebound and a jump ball. This will be in favor of the Lady Chargers. Well, that was a strength competition. I don't think there was any doubt who the strongest person was right there. You know, Flaherty ripped the ball out of her hands and pulled her to the floor. 6:06 to go. Trojans need a stop. There it is. Off the knee, out of bounds. Back to the Trojans. JoJo Ferguson there to get the stop right in front of the Chargers bench. And Jada will run the offense here with under 6 to play. Down by 5. They trailed by as many as 7. They've led by as many as 5. It's been tied a few times. It was tied after 1. It's a 1-point game. Trojans up by 1 at halftime. Ferguson from the elbow. She'll move around it. Shot up, missed it. And rebound pulled out of there by Foreman for the Chargers. They want to bring it up the floor and hold here with 5:38 to play. Now they've got the luxury to hold and take some time. Can they do it, though? Shot up, no good, but a foul could be called on Kaylin Flaherty. She looks and goes, what did I do?
Never moved my feet. I don't know.
Her 4th. She's asking for an explanation. He's like, I didn't call the foul. I don't know. Foreman at the free throw line to shoot those 2. First one's on the way good. Do not foul her. 7 of 7. All here in the second half. Here's the second. Up and good. She has done that before. 49-42. Back to a 7-point contest. Trojans have got to get something going offensively. Got to get better looks. Kind of forced it a little bit. 3-point by Ferguson made it a little bit closer at the end of 3. There's Jada on the right side. Dump off inside Flaherty. Hard dribble. Shot up. No good, but she is fouled. What you said at break 2, they got to feed Kaylin Flaherty, but it's just so tough because they are committed pretty much solely to her. Fouls on Monroy. It's her 4th. Another reason to go right back down to her, try to get her in foul trouble, get her to foul out. That clears things up a little bit in the paint. If Monroy does foul out of this ball game, Flaherty rattles in that one. 5:13 to play in this ball game, 49-43. Kaylin Flaherty at the free throw line to shoot her second. Rattles it in. She has done her part. She just needs to do it a few more times here with 5:11 to go. Up in front. Umbarger going to be guarded. Help comes. Here's Poole, little runner with the right hand, good. They're pushing so much pressure out on the outside that there's no help once they do break it. Bailey, she'll face on Catlin. She'll go up and a foul going to be called on Morgan Catlin. And I think it is a shooting. It's going to be shooting 2 either way because it's the 10th foul on the Chargers. They're going to say it's no shot. And Catlin will pick up her 3rd personal foul. Caitlin. And Bailey misses the first one. 2 out of 3 now on the free throw on the night from the stripe. She's got 6 points, 7 points, 8 points. I'll get there. 4:50 to play here in the ball game. Trojans need something. Missed them both. In front here for Umbarger. 4:41 to go. And again, they need to be, if you're Cherryvale, you're going to be very patient in the half court. Trojans step through. Boy, she stepped right past Trojans. Missed that one. Coach needs a timeout. McGee with the finish. Ball last touch by the Chargers rather. Timeout here it comes from Coach Urlacher. Things are starting to dwindle a little bit here with 4:24 to go. Down by 9. Can the Trojans, do they have a run in them here? We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090. 53-44, Lady Trojans trail. Largest deficit now is 9 for the Trojans. Largest lead for either team. Trojans have led by 5 a few times. Trojans need a bucket here. Ferguson with it on the right side. Dump off inside Flaherty. That's where you need to go to get it. She gets it. Kaylin Flaherty, 53-46. Trojans need to stop now. They'll get it across the pool. Jump off inside for Catlin. There's the stop that we talked about. Now take care of the basketball. Ferguson up in front. She'll step back. JoJo all alone. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound by Gabby Sands. Back to Whirl. Whirl. Shot up. No good. Flaherty. Rebound. Up and good. And the foul for Kaylin Flaherty, who's having the game of her life. Trying to make sure it's not her last. 53-48. Should go to the free throw line. And there's the timeout by Coach Overraker. It's a full, we'll take it. Trojans trying to work their way back into this one. 3:50 to go in the ball game. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Trojans.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
$3:50 to play here in the ball game. 53-48. Lady Trojans down by 5. Kaylin Flaherty at the free throw line to try to finish her and 1. 6 out of 8 from the free throw line here so far in this ball game. Now the officials call a timeout for whatever reason.
I'm going to make them tuck in their shirts.
That's right. All the energy, momentum. Let's stop the play for this discussion. Flaherty going to go to the free throw line to shoot the and 1. $3:50 to go.
Last time I checked, we came here to watch the girls play, not the officials to discuss.
Well, just not sure what the conversation is going on down here now. Coach Overrecker is probably one of her biggest games as a coach. Flaherty gets the and 1. That's big shots. That's and 1 there by Kaylin, our Bradshaw Collision Repair shot of the game. Hold them back to within 4. Here's a shot. There's another stop. Back-to-back stops by the Trojans. This one's got to count. Don't turn it over. Take care of the basketball. 3:37 to play. Still plenty of time. Don't need to be in a rush. Drake Worrell, point blank, 3 on the way. No good. Rebound, to be determined. Worrell comes out of there with it. They call a foul on JoJo Ferguson. That is a tough break against the Lady Trojans. Coach beside himself. Ferguson will pick up her 4th personal foul. And Vining at the free throw line to shoot, too. First one's no good off the heel. Her first trip to the free throw line tonight. 3:28. This is an eternity. Trojans have made some stops defensively. You just got to be careful. She missed them both. Rebound by Worrell. She'll go out to Jada, who's back to the ball game. Up in front. Ferguson steps through. Lots of contact. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Worrell. Her putback is up. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Monroy. Empty frame for the Trojans. Can't have very many of those. They're going to hold here. Out around midcourt for Foreman. Again, I talked about the youth and experience, perhaps a little bit of the Chargers. Can they be disciplined enough here to try to run this clock out and force it into a free throw shooting contest? Outside for McGee. She'll drive. Kick, Vining. Monroy, face on Flaherty. Kalen's got 5. Monroy knows it. Up and good. Kalen's got 4 fouls, doesn't want to get 5, and Monroy knew it. She's got 8 in the second half. She's got 10 for the ball game. 55-48. Trojans need a bucket. Got to keep pace. Maintain the status quo. Worrell. Kick for Valley. Jada. High post for Flaherty. She's got to recognize Monroy's got 4 fouls as well. She'll go. Push up with the left hand. No good. And they're going to call nothing. Here come the Lady Chargers. 2:10 to go. 6-point ball game. Timeout going to be taken by Coach Overraker. We're back at 30. You're watching Trojan Sub-State Basketball on Girard Sports Line.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
.201 to go here in the ball game. 6-point contest. Trojans trail. They've trailed by as many as 9 here in this fourth quarter. They'll get it in. Nearly lost it. Jada, got to be careful. She's got 4. Flaherty's got 4. It's been a factor here tonight. Dump off inside for Foreman, working on Sand. She doesn't have any fouls. They call a foul on the floor by Gabby. It'll be her first, team 10 or 11. And so that's going to send Foreman, who you do not want to foul. Again, she is 8 of 8 from the free throw line, all here in the second half. Oh, now what's the conversation?
Cherryvale coach thinks she has more timeouts than what the scorebook says, so.
Goodness gracious.
Well, we talked about
55-49 here, a minute 49 to play here in this ball game. Cherryvale will be at the free throw line to shoot 2 once we get this sorted out here with Camden Foreman. Here's a fun fact, Dale. You'll enjoy this.
Go ahead.
I enjoyed it anyways. Trojans play Caney tomorrow, the boys. The first person on their roster is Camden, named Camden, spelled the same, C-A-M-D-Y-N, and at the free throw line, the first player on this Cherryvale roster is Camden, spelled the same way.
Wow.
Just those parallels in life just confuse me sometimes.
L-I-B.
Yeah, just, you know. Officials working it out still. Scorebook, official scorebook, Trojan scorebook. So Foreman will be at the free throw line here to shoot those two. Again, 8 of 8 on the night from the free throw line for Camden Foreman. Nine of 9. Time slipping. Trojans are going to need a little spurt here down the stretch. Minute 49 to go. Mr. First, rebound by Ferguson. Here comes Valley. Take it in, slides pass, shot up good, and the foul. Coach takes a timeout. He'll take a timeout. It's just Jada's first field goal of the second half. Back to a 5-point contest, 56-51. Timeout on the floor, it's a full, we'll take a 30. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on your home for Girard High School Athletics.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
Minute 49 to play. Minute 41 to play. Something happened to our clock, man. Yep, ran out of juice. Ran out of juice, Dale. Clock is stopped right there. So 56-51 is your actual score. Win some, you lose some. You're going to have to listen to me for the final seconds, final minute and 40 of this one. Trojans nearly get the steal. Umberger with it. She'll throw it in front. Bounce pass, kicked out of bounds by Jada running the lane. And it'll stay with the Chargers here with a minute 34 to play. Trojans down by 5, 56-51. Throw it into the elbow for Foreman. She'll go up, shot up, good, and the foul. And it's the 5th on Caleb Flaherty. That is disappointing. It's her 5th. You can see the emotion on her face. She'll get a standing ovation from the Trojan faithful. She earned it, and unfortunately, the way this thing's going right now, she's may have to sit and watch the final minute 34 of her high school season because this one was taken over by the Stripes too. 6, 8, 10, 12, 19-point performance from Caleb Flaherty. Nothing to hang her head about. The and one was good by Foreman. Foreman has 1 field goal. That was it. He's done the rest of it from the free throw line. Here's Ferguson from the edge. 3 up and good. And another timeout taken by Coach Herlocker on the 3 by JoJo Ferguson as she makes a big shot there. The senior stepping up. 5-point game. It's still plenty of time, a minute 21. We'll take a 30. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Again, having clock issues, so you have to bear with us for the final minute 21 of this ball game. Trojans trail by 5. Thank you, partner.
Always here.
Chargers to inbound. Need a steal. They'll get it in for Foreman. Don't foul her. Up in front to Poole. They might foul her. Back to Foreman. She'll hold. Trojans not able to get that steal. And a foul going to be called on Ferguson. And JoJo will pick up her 5th foul.
They called on Bailey.
Oh, Bailey. Smelling backside. I didn't see what they called on Ferguson. So they called on Bailey. It's her 3rd rather. And Foreman back to the free throw line. And she's getting a little tired. I think she made 8 in a row at one point, 9 in a row. She's missed 2 out of her last 3 now. Minute 12 to play, 59-54. Trojans down by 5 with Foreman back at the free throw line. Second one's up. She missed it both. Rebound, big one by Bailey. Ferguson up in front to her. JoJo backside. Bailey was there. JoJo forces one up. And a foul to be called. It's on Bailey. It's her 4th. Going to send Monroy back to the free throw line to shoot 2. She's 0 for 2. She took those early in the ball game. And the first one's up and good by Monroy. Got 9 second-half points to pace the Chargers from the field. Missed that one, though. Rebound tracked down by JoJo. Trojans got to hustle. Down by 6. Here's Sands for 3 on the way. Good by Gabby Sands. Coach takes another timeout to set up another. And the Trojans not going to go quietly into the night. It's a 3-point game with 49.8 seconds to play. Trojans need a steal and a bucket to make this thing real interesting here down the stretch. We'll take another timeout. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Find us fast in names and numbers. It's a 3-point game, 60-57, 49.8 seconds to play. Chargers with the basketball. Trying to get it in. Coach going to call a timeout. Trojans got the stop, but they award the timeout to Coach Overacre. She'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Trojans again down by 3, 49.8 seconds to play. Back at it tomorrow. We're going to make that trek. We'll get home tonight, get some sleep, get up. Give the Kansas Shrine Bowl my retired time. You'll give the county of Crawford their required time, and then we'll hit the road again. Come down here for our nighttime jobs. Trojans will take on the Caney Valley Ball Pups here. It'll be a more hostile environment than what the Trojans walked in here tonight, certainly. Caney Valley 15-5, the number 3 seed. Remember, a year ago, no, you don't, because you were out pheasant hunting. But the Trojans faced Caney Valley in the championship game of the Wilson County Classic and fell in that ball game. Much of these same guys are back, but not many of that Caney Valley team is back. And so a completely different team, really, in the makeup. You don't regret it one bit, do you?
Not one bit. Had an obligation to my son, and
you took it.
I took him.
Did you kill any birds?
I think we killed 7 or 8.
Oh, boy. 60-57, 49.8 seconds to play. Trojans need a stop, need a steal. Trying to get it in is McGee. She'll throw it in. On the far side, you don't want to foul. They're trying not to foul Foreman. Now they will foul. That's got to be careful. Serena Short does, because that was darn close to an intentional. Basically put her hands in her back and pushed her on her. And that's what Coach Overacre's arguing for. And so, again, Foreman at the free throw line. She missed her last two. She's missed 2 out of 4, but back on the right side of things there. It's a big one to make it a 4-point contest here, 61-57. I can't imagine Coach has any more timeouts left. Here's Foreman. Made them both. That kid is put on the display from the free throw line. Trojans need a quick one. Here's JoJo Ferguson for 3. No good. Rebound Valley. She'll step through. They're going to call her travel. No, they're going to call it good. Oh, my goodness. I thought they were going to call a walk there. They call a foul. I don't know who they called that on. Didn't see anybody nearby her even. They called on 22. Or 23. That's Monroy. Roy, her 5th personal, so she fouls out. And Jada with a chance to pull this game to within 2. That ball was a fortuitous bounce to Jada, and she just took it. That ball never even hit the deck after she caught it. Big free throw shot here. Catch the front iron, rolled out. Up in front, stop, shot, good. By Umbarger, her first shot, field goal, so she knocked down a 3 in the first quarter. Let's see. It's going to be a jump ball in favor of the Chargers. Cheerleaders tried to get these guys to go sit over there with the student section. They chose to sit here so they could stand right in front of us. (64-59), 5-point game, 13.1 seconds. The Chargers get the jump ball. No, actually, it's Trojan ball.
Hey, guys. Guys, I can't see the film.
Can't see. Here's a 3 by Gabby Sands. Catch the front iron, no good. Rebound, JoJo Ferguson. She'll put it up and good. And get the foul and 1. She'll get to go to the free throw line here to shoot. The and 1 to pull them to within 2. 64-61. So it's going to take a steal and a finish to tie it if she can make these. This free throw. It's going to be a big one. She will. Ferguson makes the free throw. Coach puts in some subs. He puts in the subs to try to give them some time to set up their play, which is pretty smart on Coach's part. Trojans need a stop. Stop and a layup. There's a difference in this one. Foreman to inbound for the Chargers. She'll get it in to Umbarger. She'll be fouled. She fell down. That's going to send Umbarger to the free throw line. She is 2 for 2 on the night from the stripe. JoJo Ferguson, she stepped up tonight in this second half. She's got 2 threes in this second half. She's got 11 points for her. And it's going to send Umbarger to the free throw line. She's going to make, she makes both of them, put this thing in the books. She misses one, and still a chance here with 3.2 seconds to play. Big shot there by Alexis Umbarger. She's in double figures with 10. That time not going to be taken by Coach Overacre, her final. We will take it along with her. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Final huddle there for the Trojans. 3.2 seconds to play in this ball game. Umbarger at the free throw line to shoot her second of 2. Chargers feeling a little bit. And this is a team that's probably a year ahead of schedule because Cassie Vining's the only starter that was a senior, and she played minimal. This entire team will be back in a year. And they might be a little ahead of schedule here right now with one from Umbarger. Missed it. Rebound. Trojans need to get a look at one. Jada Valley will get a long one on the way. Oh, nearly went. Holy mackerel. That was a lot closer. A lot closer than we thought it was going to be. Boy, that one had a chance. On the take by Jada Valley. Trojans are going to fall here in this semifinal game to a scrappy. Coach described them as scrappy, and I would argue with that. Would not argue with that one bit. 65-62. Trojans fall here and wrap up this 2018-19 season as they will finish the year 14-7 and fall here in this semifinal. So both lower seeds advance to the championship game. Columbus beat Baxter Springs earlier. We said it coming into this sub-state. Have you ever seen a more wide-open sub-state tournament? And we had not. I had never seen one as evenly matched as this one. And that proves to be correct as both the 4 seed and the 3 seed advance as the number 4 seed Cherryvale Chargers beat the Trojans here 65-62. 2 really good semifinal games with the Trojans come up just short. And we'll talk about it here on the postgame show. Lady Trojans fall here tonight, wrap up their season with a tough one here against Cherryvale. We'll discuss when we kick off the Leah Smith Agency postgame show. Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah bringing 10 years of industry experience back to her hometown. Call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. We'll talk with Coach Herlocker on the postgame show. Give your final numbers. Talk about that boys game as well. It's coming up in less than 24 hours as the Trojan men make the trip down here to take on Caney. Ladies fall 65-62. We'll talk about it next on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent in Girard is Leah Smith. Leah is excited to bring more than 10 years industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri back to her hometown. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options, whether it's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. Give Leah Smith a call today at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Some Trojan faithful down there, parents of these kids, and I'm sure they'll have some psychology work to go to work on here to try to shake this one off for these young ladies. The Lady Trojans fall here in a tough one, 65-62 on the road here at Caney Valley. This Cherryvale against this Cherryvale team in this sub-state semifinal game. It'll wrap up this 2018-19 season. Lady Trojans will finish 14-7 on the year. A good group of girls in JoJo Ferguson, Tori Thomas, Kenzie Smith, Drake Worrell, Gabby Sands, man, and Kaylin Flaherty. How about Kaylin? I can tell you right now, 15 years from now, she'll look back at this and go, I scored 19 points in my final high school basketball game.
That's right, and 5 fouls.
And got all 5 of her fouls. She got as much scoring as you can get. She actually wrapped up her senior season with back-to-back career highs in points. She had 12 the other night against Riverton, and she had 19 tonight. And she was unstoppable at times for this Cherryvale team. Just came up a little bit short in this one. Fouls became a problem for both teams, but really for the Trojans. And just unable to overcome this. We'll take a look at our final stats brought to you by the Bender on 7. Everyone's headed to the Bender for another great post-game celebration. Always a good time to celebrate regardless of the outcome. Grab your friends and head to the Bender for a late night snack and some fun. Bender on 7, Girard's new and favorite hangout. Dine in or carry out. Call 620-724-4860. And did not total up the Chargers, but I can tell you an impressive performance by Camden Foreman. She went 12 of 15 from the free throw line at 14 points, but 12 of those 14 from the charity stripe. 10 points from Alexis Umberger. And she went 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Again, they were 3 of 10 in the first half, and they got going in the second half pretty handily. 10 points from Isabella McGee. They're a lot like the Trojans, and they get a lot of people into the ball game, and they're able to spread the ball around. It makes it very difficult to scout for them. 11 points from Mariah Monroy, who is the only Charger to foul out of the ball game. So 4 girls in double figures for the Chargers. 7 points from Allison Poole. 5 points from Morgan Caitlin. 4 points from Cassie Viney, and 3 points from Harley McRoberts for the Cherryvale Chargers as they move to 14-8 on the season and advance to the championship game of the sub-state. 19 points from Kaylin Flaherty, lead all scorers, lead the Trojans in scoring here tonight, including 12 in the second half. She also did her job for the free throw line as she went 7 of 9 from the charity stripe. 11 points from JoJo Ferguson, 8 points from Jada Valley, 6 points from Brittany Bailey, 6 from Drake Worrell, 5 from Gabby Sands, and 3 points from Serena Short. As once again, the Trojans ended up with 8 in the scoring column. And looking at this, almost everyone who's played scored again here tonight. But a good game also from JoJo Ferguson as she hit 2 second-half threes that were huge, including one late. And just came up a little bit short here to the Lady Trojans as they fall tonight, 65-62. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back, hopefully talk to the head coach of the Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker. And also, we'll talk about that boys game when we return here on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Back in here on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we wrap things up here in this Class 3A girls sub-state as the Lady Trojans fall here tonight 65-62. Coach's interview brought to you by our friends at Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Joining us now, the head coach of the Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker. These are always tough. These are the toughest conversations we have every year. We have some deep conversations all year long. We don't always have tough conversations, certainly, and this one's a tough one as your team comes up a little bit short. A really good team. You described them as scrappy, and I would say that was every bit of it. Certainly, they kind of took you out of your comfort zone at times in that ball game, and then, boy, you showed some grit down the stretch of this ball game. Trailed by as many as 4 in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. Had a little bit of a flurry, hit some big shots when you needed to, but just ended up coming up a little bit short in this one.
Yeah, there's just such a finality to this time of the season, and you're going 1,000 miles an hour, and you just kind of run into a brick wall, and then you got to come out and get interviewed, and it's tough. We had our opportunities early on in that game, I think, to make it a different game than it was, and we just didn't. We seemed like down the stretch in games, Jada got in foul trouble at different times, and that, really set us back at times. It just got us completely out of our rotation. But, I can't say enough about these seniors. And, they were playing well down the stretch, so we just rode with them pretty much that whole fourth quarter and let them, and man, did they play. They laid it all out there, and we had so many opportunities. And, tip your hat to Cherryvale. They hit enough free throws. If they would have slipped up a little bit more, man, that thing would have gotten really, really interesting. But they hit enough free throws to close the door on us. But what an effort by our seniors. What an effort by the girls to stay in that basketball game and extend it. Those last 2 minutes of the game lasted a long time. And, several times you get it down to one possession, and we just need a play to happen, and it just didn't.
Yeah, Kaylin Flaherty, huge for you tonight. She was unstoppable at times in the paint. She finished with 19 points, a career high for her coming off of, I went back and looked at it, a career high on Monday night. So talk about ending your senior season, not the way she wanted to, but certainly on a high note. And she finally made her way all the way back from that injury, I think, here down the stretch of this season. It was a factor for you here certainly tonight. Yeah,
she is the high character kid, just, brings lunch pail every day. The most positive player on the team. I think, just a natural leader that everybody looks to and looks up to and for good reason, not only because of her play on the court, but because of the human being she is. She's just a great human being.
Yeah, tough ones here as the Lady Trojans do fall here 65-62. And it was a good season, Coach. We came in with measured expectations probably. I know I did, just because not knowing how you're going to fill some of those spots. And I would easily say this was a very overachieving team to finish the season 14-7. At one point, I think you guys were 10-2 and really had a nice one. Also had a good third-place finish in the Wilson County Classic. So, in general, this was certainly a season that won't be easily forgotten.
Yeah, injuries just kind of mounted up on us. We had, 4 major injuries. I think I've had 2 major injuries in a season, but we doubled that this year. And at some point, it just the rotations and everything and your chemistry and everything, and nothing against, the players that filled in and whatever, but, you lose your mojo a little bit. And, I can't thank you enough. You and Mr. Shireman here did an amazing job this year for us, and thank all the sponsors that are so generous to make this happen for us. And we just have, I say it a lot, but Girard is a very special place. Girard is a place that really takes care of their kids, and just very, very proud of the girls and in particular the seniors. So.
Could not agree more with those sentiments right there. To be technical with you, we've done this a long time, you and I, and we've only ended the season without having this conversation once. They always have that rough conversation at the end of the season when you don't want it to be over, but it is. Lady Trojans fall here 65-62. Thanks for all your time as well. We talk on the phone weekly or a couple of times a week, and appreciate you stepping out and doing that for us as well, and giving us the time to put on a good product here on this video. So congratulations on a great season. Tough loss here tonight, and we'll do it again next time.
All right, thank you, BJ.
Head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show here on Girard Sports Live. The Lady Trojans do fall here in this one. Final score 65-62, and it will be Cherryvale and Columbus on Saturday at 6 o'clock for that sub-state championship game. Hey, kid. Caitlin Flaherty coming up to say hi for us. 19 points. Did your part.
Thanks for
Yeah, you're welcome. Lady Trojans fall here tonight, 65-62. We'll do the boys tomorrow. Trojan men will take on the Caney Valley Bullpups. Trojans 17-3. They're the number 2 seed. Caney Valley the number 3 seed. And the the Trojan men will try to stave off any upset nods that they might have coming up on tomorrow. We'll have that pregame coverage. Should start around 7 o'clock, maybe 7:15, depending on how that first game goes. That'll be the Baxter Springs Lions and the Galena Bulldogs that are, by the way, about 7 miles apart, and they're going to travel about an hour and a half to play each other. And the Trojans will take on Caney Valley. For Dale Sherman and BJ Harris saying so long from Caney for tonight. We'll back at it tomorrow. You've been watching Trojan Basketball, your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard.
This is Girard Sports Live.
19-18, Trojans holding on to a 1-point lead here with 2:12 to play first quarter. Crane, 3, good! There it is! That puts her over 1,000 points. What a moment.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Craw-Can Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Laird Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drugstore, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, The Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, Farmers Insurance, Leah Smith Agency, GN Bank, The Market 120, and The Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Just a crossover and go. I'm faster than you are. Goes to the baseline. I can jump higher too.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.